Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you everyone for joining us this week for another Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm so excited for our chats. Every week I am, not just this week, every week.
Yes.
Before we get started, just want to remind you again, as usual, if you love our chats, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe below, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our chats. Let's go straight into the teas that we're drinking. And today I'm drinking one that I've drank before. I don't really drink it that much, but it is an organic jasmine tea. And the company is called Touch Organics. Don't have the box, but that's what it looks like. Touch Organics, just jasmine. So it's simple, and I'm not going to read the ingredients because I don't think I have them. It's just a packet here. So I'm going to do my cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, Gloria. Cheers. All right. Well, that's what I'm drinking, jasmine tea. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking Lloyd's Juicy Lemon. I love me some lemon tea. This is Lloyd's Juicy Lemon with ginger and honey. It is ginger, black pepper, honey, warm spices, and lemon. I love this tea. It smells amazing when it was brewing. So cheers.
Cheers again. And every time I see that name Lloyd's, I keep thinking Lloyd's of London, Lloyd's of London.
I do too. That's why I bought it, because I thought of Lloyd's of London when I first saw it, and I thought, I likey that. Okay, everyone, let's get this party started. We always like to kick it off by saying, Ellen, our girl Ellen.
Ellen! Woo-hoo.
Yeah, woo-hoo, we're excited. You're almost back. Ellen always reminds us to be kind to one another and to listen to one another. So as you know, there's been some changes at her studio. There was a big shakeup, unkind behavior that was, toxic is what the employees were calling it. So she's decided to keep Andy Lassner, Mary Conley, and Derek Westervelt with her as 3 of the 6 executive producers she initially had. And she's adding Twitch as co-executive producer with her. So now she's got 3 previous executives and 1 new one plus herself. They kick off the new season on Tuesday, the day after Labor Day celebration, Tuesday, September 6th at 4 p.m. PST. Only know about what it is here in California. So I hope you will all join in. Rosetta and I will be checking it out, and then we'll talk to you later on in the week. So next week,
it comes out Tuesday, and our chats are on Wednesday, so we'll be up to date.
Yes, that'll be really, really good. So now we're going to talk a little bit about current affairs. So the first thing, there is a new book that hit the horizon. It is called Melania and Me by Stehanie Winston Wolkoff. And it's her friendship with the First Lady. So, Rosetta, tell us what you think.
Yeah, so I had no idea this book was coming out, never even heard of this lady. Her full name is Stehanie Winston Wolkoff, and I heard about it first on VMA Good Morning America. Now, Stehanie, she is a longtime friend of Melania's, and that's why her book's called Melania and Me, Friendship with the First Lady. However, since this book has come out, they are no longer best friends. So they've been best friends for quite a while now, since the early 2000s. And let's just talk a little bit about who is this Stehanie Wolkoff. Okay, so I did some digging into online, as we always do to get our information right.
Yes, we got to check those facts.
Yes, fact finder. We got to be right on the facts. And Stehanie is, she's a very close friend of Melania's. And let me just read. Who is Stehanie Winston Wolkoff? 49 years old, and she is the director of special events at Vogue, aka Lord Chief Planner of the Met Gala. Now, this is a huge, huge, huge honor
Yes.
to actually plan the gala, because that is no small feat. That's something that is huge.
That means Anna Wintour, who we all know is the woman in charge at Vogue, must really, really think highly of this woman to give her this responsibility.
Yes, so you know that she's a lady of some extraordinary feats here, this Stehanie. She is also, it says here, she is former fashion director of Mercedes-Benz New York Fashion Week at the Lincoln Center, executive producer and chief creative officer for the Trump inauguration, an ex-trusted advisor to the First Lady, among other things. So she planned the inauguration. Now, I did not know this, because when I was watching, when the book came out and they were talking about this on Good Morning America, they did mention that she was talking about Ivanka Trump, and how at the inauguration, Ivanka Trump really wanted to be next to her dad, stand next to her dad during the inauguration. And I was wondering, well, how would you know this? Right? And she was talking in depth as to, on the actual day, how they were making sure that Ivanka Trump was not next to her dad, and it was his wife, Melania Trump, that would be next to him, right? Isn't that true? You want your wife next to you, right? And your daughter can...
Yeah, I think one of the things, the wife is actually in front because they hold the Bible.
Right, that's true.
So I think she was holding the Bible. However, there's the person that's giving him, I can't think of the word of it now, but they're the one that's telling him, Mr. President, Mr. to-be president, repeat after me. So it sounds like she wanted it to be the person doing the actual inauguration process, Melania, the wife, Donald, the president, and the husband, and she wanted to be right next to him on the other side. Wow.
Yes, so she was very, very, she really wanted to be next to her dad, but what really happened in the end was Donald, and then his wife Melania, and then their son, and then it was Ivanka. So Ivanka was 3 people removed from Donald. So she didn't get her way, needless to say, she didn't get her way, even though she wanted it.
Right.
But now we find out that this Stehanie, she arranged the whole inauguration. So obviously she knew all this, right?
Right.
So we didn't know that, but now we know. Wow, that's crazy. But since this tell-all book has come out, there's been a falling out with Melania and this Stehanie lady. And my opinion is that the falling out is probably because Melania is getting repercussion from her husband.
Yeah.
He's probably saying, I'm not going to say the word.
Why the heck?
Why the belief? Did you let your best friend write this book, and why didn't you know about it? So she's probably upset that she's getting all this flack, because if they'd been best friends prior to him being president, what changed all of a sudden, right?
Right.
And it does say that they both went to many events together. They celebrated. Stehanie went to Melania's engagement. Donald Trump and Melania, went to her 40th birthday, and they did a lot of things as couples together. And so anyway, the book is by Stehanie Winston Wolkoff, and it's called Melania and Me. So we're going to put the link below so you can read the whole report, and it's from the New York Times. We've got to get our facts right. If you want to read all the juicy details, we'll put it in the link below. So that's what it is, one of the many tell-all books.
So Friday I heard, Chadwick Boseman had passed, and I thought, oh, this is one of those stupid things, like they said. At one point they were saying like Samuel Jackson was dead, and Morgan Freeman. And so I was like, whatever. Well, Saturday, it went from a possibility to a fact. Wakanda forever. I have never known a young man to be so deep and so compassionate as this young man was, because to a lot of children, he is Black Panther. He is the first superhero that was a Black man, not the children have done little memorials, and we'll put the link to that down below. I just wanted to show you a little bit about his heart. So we're going to flip the screen for a quick minute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share. Sorry, everyone. I need to give you permission to share, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make host. Here you go. Gloria's gonna share her screen with this video.
I'm going to share. And what I want to do is I want to show you a little video. I have to make this move down so I can get to the link, because I've got a couple of videos queued up to share. So here we go. I want you to check this out.
The kids experiencing, and for me, I would say, they're two little kids, Ian and Taylor, who recently passed from cancer. And throughout our filming, I was communicating with them, knowing that they were both terminal. And what they said to me is, and their parents said, they're trying to hold on till this movie comes. And to a certain degree, you hear them say that and you're like, wow, that's like, I gotta get up and go to the gym. I gotta get up and go to work. I gotta learn these lines. I gotta work on this accent. Seeing how devoted all of my castmates are, and knowing that will be something meaningful to them. But it's, to a certain degree, it's a humbling experience, because you're like, this can't mean that much to them, But seeing how the world has taken this on, seeing how the movement, how it's taken on a life of its own, I realized that they anticipated something great. And I think back now to a kid and just, waiting for Christmas to come, waiting for my birthday to come, waiting for a toy that I was going to get a chance to experience, or a video game. I did live life waiting for those moments. And so it put me back in the mind of being a kid, just to experience those two little boys' anticipation of this movie. And when I found out that
He breaks down there a little bit because the video is a bit choppy.
Yeah. So
yeah, it means a lot.
And it did. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah. So we just, that was really, really something that we did not know, because when he did that, the interview there, and he said that the two kids were waiting until the movie came out, nobody knew, even on the cast, that he was going through cancer. And for him to be, the reason why he was so broken down and so emotional is because he was hiding this big secret from us. Little did we know that he was going through the same thing. That's probably why he broke down and had that emotional moment. And we didn't know that. We just thought that he was really touched by the two kids waiting for his film to come out. And now we know why.
Oh, I tell you, for me, it was one of the greatest movies that I had ever seen. And also, he did a movie, 42. He did, which was the story of Jackie Robinson. He did James Brown. I mean, I love me some James Brown. And at a certain point when you're watching the movie, you don't even see Chadwick anymore. You see James Brown. He was just that great. And then he did Thurgood Marshall. And my understanding is he has about 4 movies that are either in the cans or they were released on like Netflix or something like that that's not out yet. They're coming. So, last weekend, every channel was playing Black Panther.
Yes.
So the sad thing is that the producer, they've been writing Black Panther 2. However, they had not finished it to the point of dialogue. So his voice, he will not be Black Panther 2. I don't know who that's going to be, but they got some big shoes to fill.
Oh, they do. Some big, big shoes. But whoever actually plays that role, that's an honor as well for that person as well.
Absolutely.
Follow his footsteps. Wow.
Yeah. I wish Michael B. Jordan hadn't been such a bad person in the movie, because he's young, he's athletic, he's from the same kingdom. He could be king. I just don't know, because, he killed himself because he didn't want to go to prison.
Right. So that may not happen. That's not going to happen. I wonder.
So I don't know.
I'm excited to find out who it is.
I am too. So thank you for allowing us to share that with you. Now we're going to move on and talk a little bit about the VMA Awards show. My girl, Keke Palmer, knocked it out of the park. She was so cute. She kicked it off with a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, talking about his fight and in silence, because nobody knew he was sick. And then it moved on to The Weekender, and he did this new song, and Rosetta and I both were confused. She had to ask her son, because he had these bruises on his face. And I asked Rosetta, I said, didn't he look like somebody had beat him up a little bit? She's like, I thought so too.
Yeah, and we found out, and I had to ask my son, because he came out and he accepted his award. I'm like, what happened to his face?
Yeah.
And I asked my son is 16, he knows everything, right? Because that was part of his makeup for his video at the very beginning. So I'm like, oh, now that makes sense.
I know, I didn't know either. The night belonged to Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. They performed their wonderful song, Rain on Me.
Yes.
I think they did a really great job. There are certain components of it. Okay, number one, Lady Gaga was just off the chain with her mask. She kept changing clothes and changing her mask.
Yep.
And one of the local companies here in the Bay Area created 2 of those masks. The one with the horns, and then the silver one that they.
Oh, nice! I didn't know that.
Yes. So Bay Area was represented once again. As you know, Rosetta and I are constantly looking at women, and as we grow as women and mothers and young girls, and we still had a couple of situations where we were like, why are you showing your butt cheeks? Like my girl,
she was showing her butt cheeks when she was singing Rain on Me with Ariana Grande,
who had on a cute little skirt, and she did
a little mini skirt, and Lady Gaga was turning around and 2 butt cheeks right there hanging out.
Yeah. And then Miley Cyrus was, and she wasn't on a wrecking ball, she was on a disco ball. So I didn't understand that either. I think Miley Cyrus has such a beautiful voice.
She does, but she had to get back on that ball again.
Yes.
Whatever ball it was a disco ball this time, as you said.
Yes, there you go. And the other thing that was really interesting for me, and I was like, woo, woo, woo. Taylor Swift, who was dressed like, people, of course, talked about her. Why didn't she put on makeup? Why didn't she get dressed up? She just had on a nice shirt. She had her hair kind of pulled up. She won for Best Director of the Year for the video, The Man, where they transform her into a guy. I've watched that video a few times, and I love that video because she looks like a guy. She really does.
Well, before I stop there, because I'm hearing this noise on your side of someone banging something.
I'm getting roof work done, and unfortunately,
That's what it is.
I know.
Okay, it's
trying
okay.
to make sure, just in case we get rain, we're protected. So
it's okay. This is life. Things happen. It's okay. I'm just wanted to find out.
Yes, everything's good.
It's okay. So, now we know why. You got to get your roof fixed.
Yes, Lord. Yes. I mean, just imagine, we've been at this for a week and a half. I hear hammers in my head.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's going to be with you for a while. But getting back to Taylor Swift.
Yes. Yes. So, yes, she won for Best Director of the Year for the video, The Man, in which she looks like a man.
That was a good video. But I have to admit, I was one of those people that's saying, look at her. She's not even my son commented on that. Her hair looks a mess, he said. She didn't put any makeup on. What she was wearing was like everyday wear. Why couldn't she put something decent on?
Well, you know, I think it goes from one extreme to the other. And then you'll have someone and then they will get dressed up like they're going to the club right now. And you're like, aren't you sequestered? Don't you have to stay at home? So I understand. There was also yesterday, we got some exciting news that Niecy Nash got remarried. I don't know if you all know it. She had been married to her husband for about 9 years, and she married Jessica Beats. She's a musician. I think this is fantastic. I'm always telling you how our younger generation, Gen X, they call it, I love who I love. And I think Niecy just got wrapped up into the I love who I love. Because it doesn't matter. If you're happy, I'm happy. So congratulations, Niecy. The dress was beautiful. Showed off your sexy curves.
Yes. Yeah, congratulations, Niecy, and wish you a long and successful marriage.
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, this is Labor Day weekend. It is approaching and there are all kinds of sales. So if you've been looking for things, you know, might not be in stock just because of COVID. However, the prices are amazing. I was looking at Amazon.com and they have all kinds of electronics that are on sale. So if you've been looking for something and wanting something, this is a great weekend to go and look for it and check it out.
And this is going to be a very different Labor Day sale because a lot of retailers, their sales have been down drastically because of the pandemic. So if you really want really, really low sales, this is it, because everyone is trying to make up for their lost sales. So they're really slashing the prices. And I think Gloria read to me some of the amazing deals on TVs and electronics. So this is, if you need a TV or you need electronics or whatever you need, go and look it up. I'm sure there's going to be massive sales.
Yes, and it's, you know, Amazon, Best Buy, Macy's, Kohl's, Lowe's, the gift that it just keeps going on and on. I wish they could get certain things back in stock. Like I want some flower pots and I want wooden flower pots, not plastic. You can't find flower pots where I live. They are none and null. So if you know of a good place where a girl can find a wooden flower pot, hit me up down below.
A wooden flower pot? You mean ceramic?
No, I want wood. I'm trying to grow fruit trees and like tomatoes. And if you put it in plastic, then you can get the off-gassing of the plastic. So they say for it to be organic, it needs to either be in the ground or in a wood, you know, like an old wine barrel or something like that.
Why can't you put it in ceramic?
You know, I would think that would be okay because it's glass. That's better than, they just said don't put it in plastic, anything that can in.
Well, ceramic is bountiful anywhere you go.
I will check that out and see.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to, we're just having some very weird weather patterns. And a lot of this, I think, ties into global warming. As we all know, Greta Thunberg, she took a gap year off, and she actually traveled around the world trying to bring recognition to global warming. She she even spoke to Congress here in the United States, and she talked about how they have taken away her childhood because of the poor way in which they're taking care of the planet. So during that time, she got to travel. She got to share her opinions. And I think she motivated a lot of young people that were going to be 18 by November 3rd to register and to vote for change. And so she's 17, she's back at school. She did a great job though.
Yes, she did. And because of her, there's so many children in America, because she came to America. Well, it's all over the country, all over the world, but in America, she actually inspired and motivated a lot of them to take action. And as we always say, she's inspired me and motivated me and a lot of adults to do more for this global warming.
Yes, absolutely. And here in California, we have been having fires. If you've looked at the news, and we'll put the link down below, we have had some devastating situations where homes have burnt to the ground. We have, where I live, I have fires above me, fires down below me, and when the winds start to blow a certain way, it's like a muggy day just before the rain, except it's not rain, it's the fog of the fires. And we have to be very, very careful, because we want to make sure that we are not outside breathing that bad air. So they've been giving us, each morning they'll say, poor air quality, stay inside if you can. I had planned to hang out with some friends, do some social distancing, just to see some human beings on Sunday. I was so excited. And then the wind shifted, the smoke came, our eyes were burning. We had to cancel the event. So California is having, and not just California, Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, we're just having fires.
Yeah, there's a lot of fires, and I don't know when this whole thing is going to blow over, because air quality is bad for a lot of different areas, and it's sad. And I do say to people, this is global warming. It really is, because who ever sees like thunderstorms, lightning, especially because lightning's the one that started all the fires. Whoever sees that in August? Doesn't make sense.
And in California.
Right. Yeah, in California as well, especially.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, so we've got the virus, we've got the heat, we got the fires, and last weekend, oh my God, Hurricane Laura devastated everywhere that hurricane went. It hit mostly Louisiana and Texas, most specifically Lake Charles, Louisiana. I mean, there were just foundations and sprickets of wood when people were allowed to go back and look at where their homes were. There was a lady that her and her husband had decided that them and their children, they were going to hang out at home. Well, they hung out, they got caught. What happened is, she said around 2 a.m., the wind started and it took the roof. As soon as the roof went away, the, what do you call that stuff? You know, the stuff that you put in so that it, I can't think of the name of it, but it's what they put in to give you an extra shield. It compacts down, they blow it in. She said that started blowing everywhere. So her husband and her children, they went off, and they said it, they had to break into another place so that they could find shelter. And there were 2 other families that were out, and they all got together and they hunkered down. They made it through. And then when they went back, their homes were just devastated.
Wow. I can't even imagine, because I remember the last time when they had a huge one in Louisiana, Katrina. That was huge, and that was devastating, let alone have another one. And I couldn't imagine going through another one again.
Exactly. Exactly. So people, please don't believe the hype. Believe, listen to your gut. If your gut says it's time to leave, if the police and the people that are working the situation says it's time to get out, it's time to get out. So our thoughts and prayers are with you all, and we hope you will be safe. Speaking of thoughts and prayers, one of the things that we decided we're going to do each week is do a little one thing. So, Rosetta, what is the one thing you are grateful for this week?
One thing that I'm grateful for. So as we're talking real quick, I like to talk about things like, I always talk about gratitude. And I feel that you don't have to have something big that happens. You just be grateful for everyday things. And I'm going to quickly mention one thing. I do have this book, and I write my gratitude in there, and it's also a vision book. And so I can actually keep adding to it, and I do gratitudes, and I'm just going to read a couple of gratitudes I put yesterday. I'm grateful for my cat. That's what I put. He keeps me nice and peaceful, and he's just amazing. Nice and cuddly cat. And I'm grateful for strong women I can be inspired and motivated by. So that's what I put. That's what I'm grateful for, because I just feel that women need to be acknowledged, and there are some really strong, grateful women. And I like Michelle Obama, and I also like Oprah Winfrey. So those are my two women. I'm grateful for them. So that's what I'm grateful for. And what about you, Gloria?
Well, as I had shared before, one of my dear friends was diagnosed with COVID-19. And over the last few weeks, it's been a little challenging and a little scary. I am so grateful that not only has she recovered from COVID, she is home. I was talking to her last night, and she's like, I have to get off this phone so I can get my potatoes in the oven so we can eat dinner on time. And I thought, wow, that is something to be grateful for. So all we hear is the doom and gloom, and I am hearing happiness and joy. That's what I'm grateful for this week.
Very good. I love that. That's a great thing to be grateful for, that she's back at home.
Yes. So, as we all know, there was a young man, Jacob Blake, that was shot in the back in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Well, yesterday, President went to visit, even though the mayor and the governors did not think it would be a good idea, because they thought his appearance would stir up more of the violence and the conflicts between the protesters and all that. However, he is the president, so he went to visit, and he made some statements about specific things related to funding and defunding the police. He thought that the police did a great job. He thought the young 17-year-old that was walking down the street carrying a gun and killed two people, he thought that he did the right thing because he was protecting himself, even though the people he was shooting didn't have a gun, didn't have any way of, counteracting his actions. The sad thing for me is that young man's life is over because he had access to a gun. Could you imagine how much different life would be if our children could not get their hands on assault rifles? It wasn't a pistol, it was an assault rifle. So that was a little sad, but we wanted to let you know that the protesting is continuing. Our young children they will not be deterred. They have made a conscious decision that all of this unrest, all of this racism in America is not going to move forward to their children. They're done, they're tired. So all I can do, and I'm sure Rosetta joins me, is we pray for our children to be safe as they go out to fight for the rights of all people.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And really quickly, I was shocked because when the governor and the mayor of a state tells the president not to come, he shouldn't have gone. They know best, right, for their state.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why they say, we don't think it's a good idea for you to come. But anyway, he went nonetheless.
Nonetheless is true. So now we're going to quickly do our little COVID-19 update. I'm sure a lot of you heard Nancy Pelosi went to a clothes salon and got a hair wash and blowout of her hair. She and her representatives are saying she, and it's true, on one street you can do something, on another street you can. In one county in California you can, and another one you can't. However, no county, I think, I'm not sure, because San Mateo has been allowing certain things to occur. Most of the counties in California, you cannot have indoor services like that yet. Things are changing every day. So her reply is, oh, I thought it was okay. And no, it wasn't okay. So they're talking about possibly fining her or doing something like that to her.
Wow. Okay.
I know. So we have been, checking and looking at some different things, and we just wanted to make you aware. People that have the virus, most of them are sharing.
Sorry, the technology's gone bad.
It feels like, I have a infection. Oh, it's going bad again? Can you hear me now?
Now it's good. Before you were like slow-mo.
That's me doing my slow groove. Sorry, people. We're doing the best we can with technology today, and the hammering.
Yes.
So, a lot of people have shared that they have sinus infection-like symptoms. They can have like sniffles, mild sore throat. Some people even have like a cough. They say where the moment when it shifts is when they have a fever, they lose their appetite and sense of smell. So Rosetta and I, we have been looking, and we went online on Facebook, and Rosetta found these beautiful links. One is called COVID-19 Survivors, and the other one is COVID-19 Support Groups. And they share their experience, because people, what Rosetta and I found out today, once you recover from the virus, it's not over. A lot of the people have shared that they've lost their short-term memory, things that their cognitive skills are not the same. Their health is not the same. They have heart issues or breathing issues. Please be safe.
Yeah, and I wanted to I was trying to get this up, but it's called, we're going to put the names of the Facebook pages, because I think it's so important. Even if you haven't had COVID, it really touches and makes it real when you actually hear people that are going through it or have gone through it and what their symptoms are. Because people, I tell you, it's not about like you get COVID and it's mild and you get over it. It's not about that. It's about what are the lasting effects that it has on your body. And you'll be surprised at how many of these people that have had it saying that they're still having like long-term side effects from this. And I really wanted to read something, because it says here, someone throughout COVID, this is the Facebook group, they said there are many survivors. Keep helping them just by sharing your stories, or keep asking your questions and giving your comments. We're here to help each other. And I just wanted to read some of the one comment, because it says, where does it say? Some of the people, what they get after they've been struggling, and they say that even after having COVID, they're still having these long-term side effects. And let me see, I don't want to read one that's long, because a lot of them are pretty long, but it says they're still having, the sense of smell is gone, but they're still not able to breathe. And people are, let me see, I want to read this real quick if I have time, but it says, oh, there was one story of a man who got COVID. He was diagnosed on Thursday. Monday, he went into hospitalization for 2.5 weeks. and then he passed away. And what was the shocking thing was that his wife, he was staying at home with his wife, and she was taking care of him, and she never got COVID. And she is one of the frontline workers. She was 76 and her husband was 79, I believe. And isn't it weird? We don't know how this COVID works. It affects people in all different ways. And it's surprising, like the different symptoms of people are getting and how it lingers on. So I really want to stress that if you're interested, look below in our comments, and we'll have these Facebook groups, because we really want to learn about people that have had it or got it and what their symptoms are and how they're dealing with it.
Absolutely, because like Rosetta said, you know, everybody thinks it's not that big of a deal, or they would be being more careful. More importantly, they would be wearing masks. All over the world, people are wearing masks, and their countries have gone back into the new level of normalcy. They're outdoors. They get to go to the movie theaters. They get to go shopping. You know, we have a huge mall here called Valley Fair, Westfield Valley Fair. It's supposed to be opening at 35% of capacity. So things are changing all the time. Wear your mask. I just want you to think of something the next time you go, I don't want to wear no damn mask. How would you feel if the doctors and nurses said, I don't want to take care of anybody that gets COVID because they got it because they're being stupid. They got it because they went partying. They got it because they're hanging out. They got it because they didn't think it was detrimental to their health. Those doctors and nurses and first line responders, they have to get up every day, kiss their families goodbye, and say to them, I hope I see you tonight, because they don't know. So do not be irresponsible. Take the time, wear the mask, wash your hands, and social distance. It's the least we can do for the people who are giving up their lives on our behalf.
I totally agree. Ditto to everything that Gloria said. Wear your mask. We can't stress that. I mean, we can say that until the cows come home blue, but please wear your masks.
Absolutely. So we wanted to give you an update, as we always do, about the coronavirus cases, COVID-19. In the state of California, we've had 717,000 cases. And that has resulted in the loss of life of 13,149. In the United States of America, we have 6,090,000 cases. That has resulted in the loss of life of 185,000 people. Worldwide, the whole world, 25,800,000, which has resulted in the loss of lives of 858,000. Now, the good news worldwide is out of that 25.8 million, 17,100,000 have recovered. So there is hope if we will all just do the right things. Like I normally like to give you the recovered counts for California and the United States, and could not find them. I don't know if they stopped monitoring it, could not find the stats. So if you know what the recovery ratios are, let us know that downstairs, because we'd love to share that with our community. Because that's important.
Yes, it was, because Gloria looked for it before, and we go back today and she couldn't find it. We're not sure why all of a sudden those stats have disappeared. So if anyone can find it, please comment, because we want to know which site you're getting that from.
Absolutely. So now we're going to share screens again, and we're going to watch another video. The one thing that Rosetta and I are constantly talking to you about is uplifting your life. Be the love, be the life and the light that shows up in the world.
Yes.
And we, my minister played this song at church on Sunday, and I was so touched. I sent it to Rosetta. She liked it, and now we're going to share it with you.
Yes, so go ahead. I think you're already able to share.
Okay. So share screen. Go to desktop. Let's go to video. And let's go to my girl.
I sing this song not to you, but for you. Because I know this is the truth of who we all are. Take these words in. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. I am light. I'm not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light.
Yes.
Oh, light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Amazing. What did you think,
YouTubers,
everyone?
I'm excited to give you an update about our own YouTube channel.
Wasn't it amazing, everyone? It's
Yeah.
amazing. We have the link below if you want to watch it again or if you want to share it with everyone. We highly, highly recommend you watch this again and you share it with people, because when I was first given this by Gloria, I was like, wow, because I listened to a little bit, but then I listened to it all the way through. And it really reminded me that of someone that I look up to. And there's this man that I look up to, and he said one phrase: we are not our circumstances.
Right.
And we are not. We are the light, and we can be more than what we think we are. So that's really, really amazing. It says we are the light. We are the light.
Yes. And we want all people. However, specifically in this present moment, I want to talk to women. We are the light. A man cannot give birth to a child. He can love that child. He can feel that child, but that child comes through you. Women, mothers, it is time for us to step up and take care of Mother Earth. And one of the greatest ways we can do that is by letting our voices be heard. I don't care if you have to sneak out, register to do mail-in votings to let your vote be counted. It's time. It's time. I'm tired of seeing people shot and killed in the streets and no repercussions at all. The thing that I always think of is, I know how I feel now. How would someone else feel if that was their child? If all of a sudden the world completely shifted and everyone was out hunting white Caucasian people just for sport, how would you feel? And if you feel, oh, that would be horrible, that would be terrible, Rosetta and I invite you to join us on November 3rd and let our voices be heard as we vote. The most important thing to remember, you have to be registered by October 19th in order to vote. If you think that the world the way it is now, and more specifically, if you think the United States is great and you are happy, that's fine. If you think that the world needs to shift, then it's time to vote. And this is not just about the presidency. This is about the judges. This is about the, senators that are going to go to office. We have to make sure that Congress, Washington, D.C., is a melting pot of us. It is a direct reflection of us. So therefore, we want 50-50. Someone said that there are 23 Republican senators in Washington, D.C. Not enough. We need more women. We need empathy. We love compassion. We need love. And as that song just said, we need light. So don't forget hashtag vote 2020. Go to ballotready.org to learn about the candidates that are up for election in your local areas.
Yep, everyone, again, hashtag vote 2020. If any of you are on social media, just tag away, vote, 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 we say. And remember, if you don't think your vote counts, think again. Because if everybody thought the same way, what would happen, right? So we really need every single person to vote.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for once again joining us on this journey, our conversation over tea. Thank you very much for patience with our technology issues, as well as my tap, tap, tap on the roof.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Now we know the mystery tap, tap, tap.
That's right. How many taps did you hear during this? Chat below and let us know.
Too many.
I know.
Well, let's hope next week there'll be no taps and our technology will be fluid and perfect. Yep. But thank you, everyone. We do appreciate you watching our chats. We really, really do, because it's because of you that we like to keep going, and we like to have had a lot of people saying that they enjoy our chats.
Yes.
And we're here to provide what we love, our loves, our lives, and social, and we just wanted to do this, and we're Silicon Valley Girls Chat over tea. So if any of you out there make teas, you know someone that does or has a tea shop, please comment below, because we would love to be able to share your teas and recommend your tea shop in one of our future chats. You know, we're all about teas, and if you have a good tea shop or, something that is unique, that's what we're looking for. We would love to share with others, because we're all about spreading the love.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so please let us know.
Yep. And again, quickly hit the thumbs up if you like our videos, subscribe below, and hit the bell notification, because we would love for you to subscribe. We love our fans. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, remember to always keep smiling. Take care now. Bye-bye. Stay positive.
Bye.
Bye-bye.